guys, I'm back with another action figure review, and today we're going to take a look at the DC Universe Young Justice Artemis, released back in June of 2011 as part of the 6-inch series of Young Justice cartoon series figures. And another really awesome figure from this line. I just reviewed the Aqualad and was really impressed, despite not having originally wanting to buy any of these figures, as I prefer to collect comic series figures. But these are just really cool, and the accessories they come with, the diorama pieces, it's just hard to pass them up, especially when I got them at such a good deal, the two that I got. I picked up Artemis for about $10 on Amazon, and she originally retailed for $16. Tends to go for that or a little bit higher these days, except on Amazon for some reason, so I'm really happy that I grabbed her despite not originally wanting to. So I definitely recommend checking out Amazon every now and then to see what they've got marked down and stuff. So yeah, but I'm gonna start with the package, or what I can fit of it into the frame. Highly articulated figure, but yeah, it's just your big DC Universe box. You have Young Justice Artemis on the bottom, includes sculpted diorama and 7 weapons. Not exactly 7 weapons, but you'll see. So then on the side you just have some artwork, some of the characters. There she is. There you go. And on the back you have a read-up of her character. You can read that if you like. Sorry about the angle. An image of her from the cartoon. And then the rest of the wave and some 4-inch figures, 2 packs to be exact. So that's the package, and now we'll get on to the figure, which is, again, really cool. So her 7 weapons aren't exactly 7 weapons. There's there's 1 weapon, her bow, and 5 arrows to accompany it, and I'm assuming the 7th would be her quiver, but yeah, they like to make it sound a bit more packed with stuff than it is, but no, it really is. I mean, for $16, you could buy this with all of her accessories, or you could buy, DC Universe Classics, Green Arrow, Red Arrow, get a stupid bow that has the arrow sculpted into it, and there you have it. But yeah, so I'm just going to show you the bow, which I had it clipped into these clips on the diorama, and I think that's what those clips are for, but if they're not, I'm sorry, I'm a little stupid, I guess. But the bow is really nice. It's nice and big, and it has, it's all plastic. It doesn't have like elastic to pull back or anything, but still it beats the DC Universe Classics Red Arrow, Green Arrow bows. More detail. You got these little round pieces. You've got different colors painted here, with different textures and little sculpted details throughout. So it's definitely an improvement. Oh, China. Definitely improvement. And best of all, even though, you can't pull back and, you actually release an arrow or anything, well, you kind of can pull back. It's not soft enough plastic. But you can clip arrows in and out of it. These little clips. So she can have an empty bow, or you can clip any of her numerous arrows that are all detached into it, and have her posed holding it, pulling back on it. And let me just see if I can get this in her hand really quick so you can see that. She came with it and then I took it out. But yeah, of course. I should have probably done this for her initial pose, just so I could have done this part off camera, and then you could have just seen what it looked like. Okay, I'm not gonna it's gonna take me too long, but she does hold it. Both of her hands are sculpted to hold it, so it would look something like this, etc. But I'm just gonna unclip the arrow and put the bow back in this holder, I think, and keep it like that for now. And I'm just gonna show you the diorama really quick before I get onto the figure. So put her aside. So the diorama is 2 plastic pieces for the base that clip together. And then you have this little, it's clear plastic, holder that you can put all her arrows in. And she has 5 different arrows. They're all the same on the bottom. Obviously, they just have, arrows. And then on the top, they're all different. So she's got, a regular arrowhead. She's got some trick arrows, explosive arrows. Some are all green, some have this gray piece on it, so really cool that they have all these different options. And all of them, except for the regular arrow, have this point that you can then peg into the bullseye, which has 2 holes, and it's clear plastic, it's meant to look like glass. But you can peg 2 of the arrows in, hitting the bullseye, of course. And you can see that it has little cracks in it, obviously meant to look like she's hit it. So that's really cool. And so they peg into the holes right there. You can see in the back how they look. And yeah. And so yeah, I'll just give you an up-close view of this. This is the piece the arrows go into. Put them in there. So they just hold them nicely. And then yeah, this is where her bow can be stored, I assume, because it fits there. And just sits in there. And then she can just stand wherever she wants. And that's that. So another really cool diorama piece in addition to Aqualad's and the other characters from the series. But yeah, let's take a look at the figure now. She's pretty cool. I'm not a fan of her skin tone. It's very, very olivey, on top of her outfit being literally olive. So it kind of just, she looks a little bit green. She looks a little bit, yeah, she really looks like she might be ready to puke or something. But other than that, she's a really cool figure with, you know, typical Mattel female body sculpts. Unfortunately, really, really, really skinny arms, which, okay, in this case, she's a teenager. Maybe a little bit I'll let it slide, but not so much. She still should have thicker arms. It's just not right. But I'll take a look up close here. Her face, and her face is kind of, she's got this really, like, whitish, pinkish lipstick on that's not very flattering either. Artemis, you should wear some different lipstick. Yeah, she has a ponytail that is articulated, can twist all around, and it actually does pop out, which I accidentally did when I took her out of the package, so now she's bald. Oh no, she's got a hole in her head. But I think the purpose of that is to be able to pull her quiver over her head, because the quiver has a nice rubbery strap, and all rubbery, soft rubber. The arrows are molded into this, but I'll let it slide, being as they give you 5 other ones to put in the bow. So this is just for her looks, and I like that it's a separate piece. That's really cool. It's, you know, it gives that tactile feel, and I'll actually leave it off for the rest of the review. But yeah, you can. I think that's why the ponytail is removable, so that you can take that on and off if you like. So kind of keep it flowing up in the air or something. Yeah, if you have her quiver on and her hair, her ponytail, they kind of like keep hitting each other, so I tend to pose her something like this so that her quiver can go this way and then her hair can go one way. But yeah, now I can kind of keep it down. But yeah, so we saw the head. So then she's got the arrow painted onto her chest, not sculpted. It's clean, but the paintwork here isn't as clean, as you can see. And on her hands, there's some chipping. Over here, it just looks a little messy. This should have been maybe, I think, sculpted. The details on the gauntlets should have been sculpted for sure. I would prefer that, as well as the strap on her arm. That should definitely be sculpted. That is sculpted on the DC Universe Classics green and red arrows. So, you know, with the archers, you tend to get hit or miss. There's just pieces of both that you know, they do right in the DC Universe Classics, they do right here, but just can't seem to win entirely. Though I've heard the Red Arrow figure from this line is very good, and I look forward to looking for that, but he's a little bit more pricey. Anyway, I digress. She has no belly button. She's an alien! I guess she's related to Kyle XY. She's got the Mattel and Made in China and all that jazz on her butt and her back. Got a separate belt that seems to be pegged in. Yeah, it's pegged in underneath the buckle and pegged in the back. But it does not interfere with her waist twist. She's got I guess this is a knife sheath on her leg, and it is attached with these rubber bands that are actually loose. Well, you know, rubber, not really rubber bands, but that's really neat that they're loose pieces, and then you can kind of move them instead of just being glued on like most times. I like that. I like the tactile feel of loose pieces. And she's got knee pads sculpted on. You can see very slightly raised, and obviously painted to match. Paintwork on the legs looks pretty good. And then her boots are like a smaller version of Beast Boy's. the straps and the sort of wide tops. She's got 2 peg holes. And yeah, that's about it for her sculpt and paint and whatnot. Buckle, just to show you the belt again. I'm not sure if I gave a good look at that. The buckle and the pockets, pouches, whatever. They did not continue sculpting pouches all the way around. A little bit cheap there. But ultimately a good figure, and, you know, even better that she comes with some cool accessories and stuff. So I'm just going to go through her articulation. She does have a head that goes 360 with her articulated ponytail, but it does not go up and down at all. She has typical vaulted shoulders that go in and out, up and around. She seems to have this sort of rubberized paint that's on them, and it seems to be like translucent, not showing through a little bit, not looking very good there, and a bit rubbery against the joint. But yeah, she has a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, and a wrist swivel. She also has an ab crunch that doesn't go forward really, but goes back, waist twist, T-jointed hips, forward and back, in and out, cut it above the knee, single jointed knee, and single ankle pivot. And that's that. I'm going to put Quiver back on, and yeah, let me just do a little quick size comparison to, we'll do Aqualad, who I just previously reviewed. Okay, so we have Artemis and Aqualad. She is slightly shorter, which is good. Of course, very skinny compared to him. We'll look at a typical DC Universe Classics figure. You know what? I have Green Arrow down here. So we can check out Green Arrow with her. Their greens are very different. I have him crouching down, I'm sorry. Let me just straighten him up a bit. Whew. So yeah, that looks awesome. He's much taller than she is. Whoops. So I like that a lot. But she definitely looks more cartoony, as you can see the difference between a comic series character and a cartoon character. And she looks like she could use a coat of dull coat paint over her. She's a bit shiny. But yeah, look at that skin tone. I mean, really. But yeah, overall, definitely a cool match. And we'll throw Beast Boy in there to see, again, see now, this is where you start to see Young Justice figures are a bit taller than the old Mattel build for teenagers, because even a male character is shorter than Artemis. So yeah, well, check out those boots, they match. But yeah, so overall, great figure. Another awesome 6-inch figure from the Young Justice cartoon series. That is the DC Universe Young Justice Artemis, and definitely recommend her and the rest of the figures from the line if you're looking for cartoon Young Justice series figures in the 6-inch scale. They're all awesome. They all come with great diorama pieces and accessories, and are worthy pickups. So keep an eye out, guys, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in future reviews.